Good morning. Happy New Year. This is the Hopeful Prepper, and I am Friar Tuck. So I took some time yesterday to have some personal time to do some self-care. As you see, my mood is a lot better. I'm a lot chipper. And a lot of it is what I'm going to be talking to you about today because, it is New Year. It is a brand new year. We are in 2023. And depending upon if you've watched all these predictions from all the other preppers that are out there and financial people that are out there talking about what 2023 is going to be bringing, there's not a lot of positive news out there, which I find to be strange, but well, not strange, but it's just, there's been so much propaganda telling us how great everything's going to be that it's kind of weird that the propaganda is starting to switch. And so people are starting to predict some possible doom and gloom. I'm going to give you a couple of my own predictions, but I want to share with you guys kind of some direction of the channel, the way I want it to go. And I want to see if if you guys have any input, because I may be the creator, but you guys are the community. You decide the direction in which I go a lot of the time because, you guys watch the content. You guys are the ones that are finding value in it. So when you guys say things and offer me suggestions, and, I have Delta, he offers me a lot of suggestions and I truly appreciate it. And every once in a while, Bridget will send me some stuff, but the rest of you guys also have the opportunity to send me stuff. Now, I don't know what's happening with my email. I've had a couple of people say they've tried to send me an email. My email is a Yahoo address. So it's jasonthewise81@yahoo.com. If you try and do the Gmail one, I don't use that. I'm fed up with Google, especially after what they've done this year to me. I have no affinity towards Google other than to use them to make money. I mean, Google, when they go away, I will be one of the first ones to jump ship. But, with that being said, let me give you some of the predictions that I think we're going to see in 2023, and let's see if they come true. But again, I also want to talk about the direction of the channel, and I want to talk about a topic that really doesn't take long, so I figured I would integrate it into this video, and it will be towards the end of the video if you end up skipping forward. So with that being said, let's talk about some predictions. Here's really where I'm going with my predictions. I think you're going to see the homeless population double, if not triple in size, over the next 12 months. And, here's why I think it's going to double to triple over the next 12 months. You've had more than a year of banks sitting on bad notes, bad debt. And eventually they're going to be forced to, just for liquidity issues, they're going to be forced to start foreclosing on those people. And it's going to happen sometime this year. So if they were able to foreclose and evict everybody that is currently on the list right now, you would have a tripling of, actually it would be about quadrupling the size of the current homeless population. So that would really be something. But you got to realize that there's going to be a lot of people that are going to go live with friends, family, couch surf, that have alternative means. So even if 50% of those people have alternative means, that still means that 5 million people, which would almost double the homeless population. And I think it's going to have to do with the bad debt that the banks are holding. You also have these home builders that are now starting to rent out houses instead of selling them. If you remember, the World Economic Forum said you'll owe nothing and you'll be happy. And I think that this is just by public policy and the direction of governments. I think this is just going to be a natural byproduct, a natural happenstance of not owning anything. Because, I mean, the builder's going to own it, and then they're going to find out how much more money they can make off of it in the rental market. But again, if the rental market keeps going up until the rental market actually deflates, you're going to see a huge it's going to be a giant wrecking ball, because the thing is people need to be able to afford to live. And I think that this year people are going to have an even harder time trying to live, because we have people like Peter Schiff and George Gammon who are saying that inflation is going to really take off this year. The Fed hasn't got control over the inflation, things like that. So as far as the homeless population, my prediction is that it will either double or triple this year. My second prediction is that because of the increased homelessness and the homeless population, you're going to see an uptick in crime. But the thing is if you read a lot of these newspapers, even San Francisco, I think it was San Francisco, they had to drop 1,000. They had 1,000 DA rejects. Because of all the stuff that's going on. The jails are full. They don't have the staff for it. They're undermanned, understaffed. Now you have these politicians that are realizing that all these laws that they made, they were destructive and did nothing to be productive towards society. So that's something that I see is going to end up becoming a big issue in 2023. And a lot of it is the byproduct. I think that 2020 was the beginning of our economic collapse, and but it takes a couple of years. I mean, we're in year 3 now of a possible. Because the thing is, what my grandfather always used to tell me is that it takes about 3 to 4 years for an economic policy to kind of start showing its head and for you to start getting results. Well, we're in year 3 now, okay? And with year 3, this is the year when we should expect to start seeing all the ramifications from 2020. And by the end of the year, we should start seeing some of the ramifications from 2021. Okay, just economically, the way that my grandfather used to explain to me how economics actually works. Okay, and one more good prediction is that this channel is going to be monetized by the end of 2023. All right, guys. So I need your help. I need 1,000 subscribers or 4,000 watch hours. The watch hours, I'm going off the charts. It's the subscribers that I need to catch up on. I'm at like 615 right now. I would love to, by April, be to about 1,000 to 1,100 subscribers. And then that way I can get monetized, and that will make my life better. So anyways, guys, as you can tell, I've had some time to do some self-care, and that was, if you watch my video that I produced it yesterday. I don't know when it's actually going to be released, but I said I needed a couple of days to get my head in order. And one of the first things that I did is I made sure to get some good sleep. So what you're seeing here is what somebody looks like when they are well rested. See, I've been fatigued because of all the stuff, all the stress and everything else that goes on. And so this is the side topic I want to tell you about, which is you got to realize that when you're bugging out, when you're on the road, when you got to get going, your sleep is probably going to be the most important thing to you. And at first, you're probably not going to sleep well. You probably won't sleep well for a while, but eventually your body will acclimate to it. And the thing is you've got to be able to start working on living, especially with what's coming down the pipeline, whether it be this year or whether it be next year. With what's coming down the pipeline, you need to be prepared to at least skip 1 meal a day. And so you probably need to change your appetite. You need to be prepared to not get as much sleep, because if you're bugging out or if there is civil unrest, you're going to have a hard time, making sure to keep up with your security. Okay. And, that means you're going to sleep lighter, which means you're not going to get a full night's sleep. You're going to get woke up multiple times a night. I got woke up once last night, but that was the least amount of time that I've been woke up. Normally I get woke up 3 or 4 times throughout the night, because I'm listening for people coming into my camp. I am listening for other things that are going on just for my own safety. And even when you go to sleep, you're kind of in a half sleep, half awake stage, because your body is stuck on security and survival mode. And so this is something that you as a prepper, as an individual, this is something that you need to really need to be aware of and focus on. And you should start looking to reduce the amount of sleep that you're used to getting. If you're used to getting 8 hours sleep, drop it down to 6. If you're used to getting 6, drop it down to about 4 or 5, because and another thing is you are also going to have to start getting yourself to and start training yourself now. It's important to start training yourself now to kind of be half alert while you're asleep, because when you have to bug out when you're outside, if you're not half awake most of the night, like where you've kind of got one ear that is staying watch in its own way, you got the one ear, it stays watch, it listens, and when it hears something that is out of the normal, it sends a signal to your brain that says, wake the hell up. And you need to be able to start training yourself for that now. But again, it's going to lead to fatigue, which is going to lead to increased stress, increased irritability, things like that. Now is the time to start getting your body acclimated and get yourself prepared for something like this. Okay, so because fatigue and burnout will happen real quick out here. And here's a quick story. I met a guy in Portland, and it was one of my first nights out there on the streets during that time. And I met a guy, and what he was telling me was that he needed to get a job, so he had to be awake during the day, but because they made it illegal for him to sleep on the streets and made it unsafe for him to sleep on the streets, because between security guards and police officers, they're coming by and they're waking you up all night, every night, unless you find a place to really hide. And so the thing is that the guy ends up getting into methamphetamine because he needs to stay up at night so that he doesn't get harassed, because he needs to keep his nose clean so he can get a job. But then he's up during the day so he can get a job, but then the guy's getting no sleep, and then he shows up to the job interview completely twacked out. This is the catch-22 that you could very easily be in if during SHTF, especially as we get more of an authoritarian regime, because it looks like America is going more fascist than anything. The conservatives right now, especially the young conservatives, they want a strong man, they want a strong leader, and they want somebody who's going to be more dictatorial. And that is the conservative swing that we're going into. And this is something that if I were you, I would be aware of. Okay, so real quick, to wrap this video up, let me share with you some goals for myself and for my channel. So my goal this year, I want to make it to Mardi Gras. It's in February. I should meet that goal. That should be an easy goal for me to reach, but things happen. As you guys see, every time I get ready to do something, there's always a wrench that gets thrown in it. I get pulled back. I get pulled in two different directions. Okay, but the second goal of the channel is to get monetized, and that's why I keep asking you guys. I need 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours, because I would rather earn my money through making content, through you guys subscribing to my content, than through the tip jar. Now, the tip jar, it keeps me going. It helps fund my travels, such as whether it be campsites, hotel rooms, food, resupply, whatever it is that I need. That's really what the tip jar has been helping me do. And then also the affiliate links. I mean, I'm when it comes to the affiliate links, it's kind of 50-50 on it, because one, you have to actually like the gear that you have. The gear I have, I like it. It works for me. It's a great gear. But on the same sense, that may not be the great gear for you. But at least I've given you some reviews. I show you guys what I use and what I don't use, what I like, what I don't like, and kind of how it works for me. So on the affiliate links, I'd like to be able to increase my revenue on that, just to kind of offset what I get from Patreon and once I get monetized as well. But those are my primary goals, is just to increase that, because by the end of the year, what I would like to be able to do is to be able to be financially free enough to where I can go and navigate, and I don't have to worry about, do I have enough money for food? Should I go get food stamps? Do I have enough money? Like, okay, I need to replace a chain, or, oh, I need to replace this, or, oh, I need to do this. That is really where I want to be, and that's my end goal as far as revenue, what I need to live out here. $500 covers my basic supplies, and another $250 a month covers my another $250 a month covers my any upgrades or repairs or anything that I need to do. So if I need to replace some gear, stuff like that, because there's some gear I would like to replace, and I would like to be able to have the freedom to do it. Now, am I looking to make $5,000, $10,000 a month? No. Once I've reached $1,000 a month, you're gonna see some things change, because this is not really this is just one avenue that I plan on using to get myself completely together. But I feel, after having some personal care and some personal time and getting some good rest, I feel rejuvenated and energized, so that this year I want to at least get to a point to where I have, by the end of the year, I have a plan that will get me either housed up, it will get me in property, it will get me in something to where I can remain static and really start to set up what I want to set up, which is by the end of next year, I want to be able to start setting up a video production business that is more freelance, that works with small businesses. And yeah, that's kind of where I'm going. I want to be able to help people do marketing and advertising, especially with the digital economy that's here. I think I have a great in and a good skill set for it. So everything that I do this year is going to be setting myself up for the end of the year and the beginning of next year to be able to really take off financially, as far as bringing in another stream of income. Because I know for probably the last 3 or 4 months of the year, which is when I really because that'll be when I get up to Ohio. I will be up in Ohio by March or June, April, by May or June of this year. Okay, so I will be up there by May or June of this year, and once I get up there, I really want to start setting my network and getting my foundation set up. So that's what my goals are for the channel and for myself this year. And I hope that you guys join me in this journey, because one, I'm going to be traveling, and Ohio is it's a state, it's not a city, so it still gives me the opportunity to move around and to keep going. So I hope you guys keep up with my travels. And I hope that I'm able to show you kind of, parts of the country that you would never expect to see, and things that are going on that they're not talking about on the news and things like that. So with that being said, guys, you guys know how to help the channel. Like, subscribe, share. Come join me on Patreon. Leave me a tip in the tip jar. I get commission off of the affiliate links down there. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.